Namaste, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Harihi Om. Welcome to Sundarakandam session 35. So, to quickly summarize, we are on Shloka 22nd of the 9th Sarga. To quickly summarize, so far, Hanuman has entered the inner quarters of Ravana's palace and he sees the Pushpaka Vimana from outside. Then, towards the end of the last class, we saw around the 19th Shloka, he finally ascended the Pushpaka Vimana. So the first thing that hits him, like it would probably for any monkey, is a sense of smells. So the smell of food drew him in. And the smell of food was so strong and powerful that it was almost like Vayu or wind had got an embodied form because of the gandha or the smell that it carried. Okay. And this beckoned him like a fond relative saying, "Come, come, I will show you where Ravana is." Okay, so he stepped in, he's been drawn in by the food. Where is he drawn towards? He's obviously drawn towards the main banquet hall inside the Pushpaka Vimana. We may have a question. Is the Pushpaka Vimana going to fly with banquet hall, multiple columns, terraced stories? It can fly like that also. And it is also a magical device. So it is capable of compressing its form and going just like a normal flying chariot also. Okay, so here the entire opulence of the Pushpaka Vimana is described. So he now reaches the Shala, that is what, or the main hall of the Pushpaka Vimana, banquet hall. So let's see Shloka 22. Tatastam prasthita-shalam, tatastam prasthita-shalam, dadarsha mahatim shubham, ददर्श महतीं शुभां रावणस्य मनः कान्तां कान्तामिव वरस्त्रियं ततस्तां प्रस्थितशालां ददर्श महतीं शुभां ततस्तां प्रस्थितशालां ददर्श महतीं शुभां रावणस्य मनः कान्तामिव वरस्त्रियं रावणस्य मनः कान्तामिव वरस्त्रियं together ततस्तां प्रस्थितशालां ददर्श महतीं शुभां रावणस्य मनः कान्तामिव वरस्त्रियं. So we have to add, the verb here is given. Tadarsha, saw. He saw. Who saw? Hanuman obviously saw. What did he see? Tataha, then. Prasthitaha kantam varastriyam iva ravanasya manah kantam shubham mahatim shalam Hanuman dadarsha. Hanuman we should add. Tadarsha. Kim tadarsha? Shalam dadarsha. What is Shala? Shala means a main banquet hall. Rest of the words are all description of the Shala. Mahatim Shubham. Mahati, large. Shubha, auspicious. And then he gives an upama or a simile. What is the upama? It is Manakkantam to Ravana. Ravanasya Manakkantam. It is close to Ravana's heart. Like what? Prasthitaha. Kantam Varastriyam Iva. So like his beloved wife or his chief queen, the banquet hall was dear to Ravana. So that is the upama which Valmiki uses. Upama means comparison. He says, like his beloved wife, the Shala was dear to Ravana, or the banquet hall, which was massive and auspicious, was dear to Ravana. The Kartripadam, or the subject of the sentence, Hanuman, is here denoted by the word Prasthitaha. Prasthitaha means one who has started. Started where? Started exploring the Vimana. So the one who had ascended the Vimana and started exploring it saw the massive banquet hall, which was very dear to Ravana's heart, like a beloved wife. So that is the meaning of this particular shloka. Why beloved wife? Well, how does it matter if it's dear to him like a beloved wife or a child or anything? Such a comparison is made to say that just like Ravana would lavish his beloved wife with costly jewels, silks, perfumes, unguents, decorative items, ornaments, the same way the hall was also lavished with Ravana's opulent gifts. It looked beautiful. It pleased all the senses, as we would see very soon. मणिसोपानविकृताम् मणिसोपानविकृताम् हेमजालविराजिताम् हेमजालविराजिताम् स्फाटिकैरावृततलाम् स्फाटिकैरावृततलाम् दन्तान्तरितरूपिकाम् दन्तान्तरितरूपिकाम् मणिसोपानविकृताम् हेमजालविराजिताम् मणिसोपानविकृताम् हेमजालविराजिताम् स्फाटिकैरावृततलाम् दन्तान्तरितरूपिकाम् दन्तान्तरितरूपिकाम् स्फाटिकैरावृततलाम् दन्तान्तरितरूपिकाम् टुगेदर मणिसोपानविकृताम् हेमजालविराजिताम् स्फाटिकैरावृततलाम् दन्तान्तरितरूपिकाम्. See the meaning here. We have to add the word Shalam Dadarsha. He saw such a banquet hall. Shalam Dadarsha. What did he see? What kind of a banqueting hall? Banquet hall. Every other word, if you notice, is in Dvitiya Vibhakti Ekavachanam, which means everything is an adjective to Shala, the banquet hall. What are the adjectives? Mani Sopana Vikritam Shalam. Mani Sopana Vikritam. Staircase. Sopana means staircase. Okay, Mani Vikrutam Sopanam. What does that mean? A staircase which is made up of precious jewels studded on it, essentially on the banisters. If you can't walk on precious stones, most likely on the banisters. Hema Jala Virajitam. Jala, as you've seen earlier, refers to latticed windows. Those latticed windows were made of gold. So it was shining. Virajitam, shining with latticed, golden latticed windows. Then Spartikaihi Avrita Talam. The floor, tala means floor, the surface. The floor of the hall, avrita, was covered with sphatika, crystals. So sphatika, the crystals, the colorless crystals, which is shining, gave a very beautiful shining appearance to the floor. Then dantantarita rupika. Rupika means silver. Okay. Now what is silver? Various things are in silver. You can imagine the frames of the windows, the furniture there. These are all made of silvers. And what silver? What kind of silver? Danta antarita. The word antarita means inlay, inlaid with. With what? Danta, teeth. So what do you think this danta means here? Ivory, exactly, Rachel. Ivory. So silver inlaid with precious ivory formed the cladding for most of the furniture and the other surfaces in the banquet hall. So it was a visual feast. Sorry, Shloka, I'll go back. मुक्ताभिश्च प्रवालैश्च मुक्ताभिश्च प्रवालैश्च रूप्यचामीकरैरपि विभूषितां मणिस्तम्भैः विभूषितां मणिस्तम्भैः सुबाहुस्तम्भभूषितां मुक्ताभिश्च प्रवालैश्च रूप्यचामीकरैरपि मुक्ताभिश्च प्रवालैश्च रूप्यचामीकरैरपि विभूषितां मणिस्तम्भैः सुबाहुस्तम्भभूषितां विभूषितां मणिस्तम्भैः सुबाहुस्तम्भभूषितां. Together. मुक्ताभिश्च प्रवालैश्च रूप्यचामीकरैरपि विभूषितां मणिस्तम्भैः सुबाहुस्तम्भभूषितां. So here Subahustambabhushitam Shalam Dadarsha. Here also we will add the word Shalam Dadarsha. He saw the banquet hall. Subahustambabhushitam. Bhushitam, adorned with. Subahu, many. Stambha, pillars. So the banquet hall was adorned with many pillars. What kind of pillars are they? Muktabhihi cha, pravalaihi cha, rupyachaamikaraihi api, manistambaihi vibhushitam. Vibhushitam, decorated. With what? Muktabhihi, pearls. Pravala. Does anyone remember what is pravala? We've seen it before many times. Shashwata, do you remember?
Ma'am, sapphires or corals?
Corals, not sapphires. Corals. Very good. So, pravala is coral. Rupya, as you've seen earlier, silver. Chamikara, gold. And manistambaihi. So, they were made of pearl-studded pillars. So, Gusubahustamba Bhushitam, Shalam, Dadarsha. This kind of shala he saw. This kind of a hall he saw. But the pillars are also very gorgeous. Samairujubhiratyuchaihi. Samairujubhiratyuchaihi. Samantat suvibhushitaihi. Samantat suvibhushitaihi. Stambhaih pakshairivatyuchaihi. स्तम्भैः पक्षैरिवात्युच्चैर्दिवं सम्प्रस्थितामिव दिवं सम्प्रस्थितामिव समैर्रुजुभिरत्युच्चैः समन्तात् सुविभूषितैः समैर्रुजुभिरत्युच्चैः समन्तात् सुविभूषितैः स्तम्भैः पक्षैरिवात्युच्चैर्दिवं सम्प्रस्थितामिव स्तम्भैः पक्षैरिवात्युच्चैर्दिवं सम्प्रस्थितामिव. Together. समैर्रुजुभिरत्युच्चैः समन्तात् सुविभूषितैः स्तम्भैः पक्षैरिवात्युच्चैः दिवं सम्प्रस्थितामिव. Is it clear? Does anyone have a doubt in the pronunciation? We've seen a little bit of a mouthful. Once more, we'll chant it together and see the meaning. Samairrujubirathyuchaihi samantat suvibhushitaihi stambhaih pakshayriva yuchair divam samprasthitamiva. Okay, Rajiji following? Okay, so let's see the meaning here also. Samprasthitam divam samprasthitam shalam dadarsha. As if ascending to the skies, it looked like a celestial building. As if ascending to the skies, the banquet hall appeared. How? Samaihi rujubihi atyachaihi samantat suvibhushitaihi. Practically same anvaya krama. Samaihi. With, okay, everything is in Titya Vibhakti Bahuvachanam with the meaning of with. So samaihi, with even. Rujubihi, with straight. Atyuchaihi, lofty. Samantat suvibhushitaihi, ornamented everywhere. What was all this? Stambhaihi, pillars. So the pillars which were there in the banquet hall were so tall, straight, and even in appearance, and found place everywhere such that it made it appear like the banquet hall was flying. Atyuchaihi, pakshaihi, with lofty wings, divam samprasthitam, ascending to the heavens. Shalam Tadarsha, banquet hall he saw. So that lofty pillars made it appear as if the Vimana was in fact flying when it was actually moved onto the ground. Vimana obviously can fly, but the pillars also gave the appearance that it was actually flying at that time. Okay, so now let's go to the next shloka.
Ma'am.
Yeah, please ask.
Ma'am, Rujubirathyuchaihi.
Rujubihi means with straight. Atyuchaihi means with lofty. What? Pillars. Stambha. These are all adjectives for the stambha.
Okay, ma'am.
Atyuchaihi is very lofty, tall. And the word atyuchai is used again as an adjective for the word wing, paksha. So lofty pillars appeared like lofty wings ascending to the skies.
Okay.
So that way we must understand. महत्या कुथया स्तीर्णाम् महत्या कुथया स्तीर्णाम् पृथिवी लक्षणाङ्कया पृथिवी लक्षणाङ्कया पृथिवीमिव विस्तीर्णाम् पृथिवीमिव विस्तीर्णाम् सराष्ट्रगृहमालिनीम् सराष्ट्रगृहमालिनीम् महत्या कुथया स्तीर्णाम् पृथिवी लक्षणाङ्कया महत्या कुथया स्तीर्णाम् पृथिवी लक्षणाङ्कया पृथिवीमिव विस्तीर्णाम् सराष्ट्रगृहमालिनीम् पृथिवीमिव विस्तीर्णाम् सराष्ट्रगृहमालिनीम् टुगेदर महत्या कुथया स्तीर्णाम् पृथिवी लक्षणाङ्कया पृथिवीमिव विस्तीर्णाम् सराष्ट्रगृहमालिनीम्. Now in this shloka, he describes the expanse of the hall. In the previous shloka, he explained about the height of the hall by describing the pillars. In this shloka, he describes the breadth of the hall. So to describe the breadth of the hall, what part of the hall should you describe therefore?
Ma'am, the floor?
Exactly, floor. So what is the floor usually covered with?
Carpets.
Carpets. So here he describes the carpet. He says the entire world is there on the carpet. So let's understand. Okay. Prithvi Lakshanankaya. With the markings or with murals made of the different geographical features that are there on the earth. Mountains, valleys, plains, rivers, trees, forests, animals, everything. This is also in Tritiya Vibhakti. With such markings. Mahatya, large. Kuthaya, kutha refers to kutha, female word, refers to carpet. Okay. With a carpet, with an expansive carpet having murals of all the geographical features that we find on earth. Astirnam, covered. Sarashtra Grihamalini. Vistirnam, Prithvimiva. It appeared like the Prithvimiva, like the entire earth itself found its place on the Shala of Ravana's Pushpaka Vimana. It was that wide. It is obviously an Utpreksha Alankara or an exaggeration. The purpose of it is just to arouse awe in the minds of the readers. Okay, so here the floor appeared so expansive that it appeared like the earth itself. And Sarashtra Grihamalinim Vistirnam. Sarashtra Grihamalinim. This refers to all the houses found within the country. Everything it seemed to take. That wide, that amount of land seems to be contained in the banquet hall of Ravana's Pushpaka Vimana. Do you understand? So it is a comparison made on an exaggerated scale. So next we come to Naditam Mattavihagaihi Naditam Mattavihagair Divyagandhadhivasitam Divyagandhadhivasitam Paradhyastarano Petam Paradhyastarano Petam Rakshodhipanishevitam Rakshodhipanishevitam Naditam Mattavihagairdivyagadhadhivasitam Naditam Mattavihagairdivyagadhadhivasitam Paradhyastaranopetam Rakshodhipanishevitam Paradhyastaranopetam Rakshodhipanishevitam. Together. Naditam mattavihagairdivyagadhadhivasitam Paradhyastaranopetam Rakshodhipanishevitam. To the meaning. Now, from the beauty of the appearance of the Shala, This is also Rakshodhipa Nishevitam Shalam Dadarsha. He saw Rakshodhipa Nishevitam. Rakshas Adipaha Ravana. Ravana Nishevitam. Inhabited by Ravana. That banquet hall he saw. What kind of banquet hall? Matta Vihagaihi Naditam. Matta Vihaga. Vihaga refers to bird. Okay. That which flies. Okay. Vihaga. Matta Vihaga. The word loosely translated means intoxicated bird. But basically here what it means is birds in their season. Seasonal birds, birds in their season. Okay, when they're ready to mate, that when they're in season. So Matta Vihagaihi, with birds in their season, Naditam, resounding with their sounds, chirps. Okay. Divya Gandhadi Vasitam, scented with divine fragrances. Parardhyastara Nopetam. Okay, Parardhya Astarana Upetam. Astarana refers to tapestry. Parardhya, expensive. Upetam, decorated with or laid with. So laid with expensive, exquisite, beautiful tapestry. Okay, that kind of Rakshodhiparishevitam Shalam, the Darsha. So here the sounds and the fragrances are also talked about. Dhumramagaru dhupena.
You're on mute, Varsha.
Now audible? Thank you. Dhumramagaru dhupena. Dhumramagaru dhupena. Vimalam hamsa panduram. Vimalam hamsa panduram. Chitram pushpopaharena. Chitram pushpopaharena. Kalmashimiva suprabham. Kalmashimiva suprabham. धूम्रामगरुधूपेन विमलां हंस पाण्डुरां धूम्रामगरुधूपेन विमलां हंस पाण्डुरां चित्रां पुष्पोपहारेण कल्माषीमिव सुप्रभां चित्रां पुष्पोपहारेण कल्माषीमिव सुप्रभां टुगेदर धूम्रामगरुधूपेन विमलां हंस पाण्डुरां चित्रां पुष्पोपहारेण Kalmashimiv Suprabham. More about the smells of the place. Okay. Suprabham, Chitram, Shalam, Dadharsha. Suprabham, shining. Chitram, colorful. Shalam, banquet hall, Dadharsha, he saw. What kind? Agaru Dhupena Dhumram. With the smoke of Agaru rising up. Bimalam, pure. Hamsa Panduram, white like the swan. So you must imagine the interiors in one beautiful Asian paints, pearl white color. Ivory, inlaid silver frames. Spatika, inlaid floors. Precious stones on the staircases. So everything shining brilliantly. And overall, there is an aura of whiteness. Hamsa Panduram, like a swan. The place is effulgent. Plus, everything is like happily hazy with that dhupa, which is arising from the agaru that is burning. Agaru is the incense which is burning. The smoke which arises from it, which is meant to kind of scent the place, makes the place look even more glowing white. Okay. Pushpopaharena, with upahara, lavishly decorated with pushpa, with garlands of flowers. So you not only garlands, bouquets of flowers. You can imagine every available surface being covered with beautiful, colorful flowers. Okay. Chitram, it looked colorful. And Suprabham, Kalmashi Niva. Kalmashi is an interesting word usage. Kalmashi means that which gives whatever you wish. A wish fulfilling cow. We know one famous one. Which one?
Kamadhenu.
Correct, Kamadhenu. So like Kamadhenu. So the hall itself appeared like Kamadhenu. So you must imagine Ravana, the moment he walks in, doesn't have to open his mouth also. If he just raises his eyebrow, a cool sharbat will be brought in for him to drink. Another eyebrow, if he raises, music will start playing. And then if he chooses to sit on a chair, immediately a very plush footstool will be brought and placed before his feet. Every wish that he would have. Now in modern world, TV will come automatically on, Netflix will come automatically on, all the entertainment that he wanted, the TV will read from his mind and start playing. So essentially it is like a wish fulfilling cow that everything that Ravana wanted would appear before his eyes immediately. Okay, so that kind of a lavish, beautiful banquet hall is being described. Now let's go to the shloka. Manah samhlada janani, manah samhlada janani, varnasyapi prasadini, varnasyapi prasadini, tam shokanashinim divyam, tam shokanashinim divyam, shriyah sanjananimiva, shriyah sanjananimiva, मनः संह्लादजननीं वर्णस्यापि प्रसादिनीं मनः संह्लादजननीं वर्णस्यापि प्रसादिनीं तां शोकनाशिनीं दिव्यां श्रियः सञ्जननीमिव तां शोकनाशिनीं दिव्यां श्रियः सञ्जननीमिव टुगेदर मनः संह्लादजननीं वर्णस्यापि प्रसादिनीं तां शोकनाशिनीं दिव्यां श्रियः सञ्जननीमिव Shokanashinim, Divyam, Shriyas Sanjananim, all these are in Dvitiya Vibhakti Ekavachanam adjectives for Shala. Shalam Dadarsha. He saw such a banquet hall. What kind of a banquet hall? Manas Samhlada Janani. Like a mother who delights the heart. Sorry, Janani. Janani means mother. Mother who delights the heart. What does a mother do? Before the child asks, only the mother feeds the child. Before the child asks, only the child gets the best of clothes to wear. Before the child asks, only the child gets the best of schools to attend. What does the mother not take care of? In the same way, the Shala was Manas Samhlada. Was like a mother which created that which created happiness. Another way you can interpret it is Samhlada Janani, that which creates Manas Samhlada, that which creates happiness in the mind. What? The Shala. That which creates happiness in the mind. Varnasyapi prasadini, very pleasing with its color scheme. Shokanashinim, that which destroys sorrow. Shriyaha sanjanini miva, that which gives prosperity. Tam divyam, that divine Shala he saw. Okay, so the word Janani can be taken in two ways, like a mother that fulfills, because later that kind of a description also will come. But here, that which gives delight to the mind, which is very pleasing to the eye by its color usage, which removes sorrow, which is divine, and which looks like the fount of all prosperity. Like that, the banquet hall appeared. So what does it mean? Shokanashini, Shriyas Sanjarani. Essentially, what it basically means is, even if Ravana was to come tired at the end of a long day, you know, it's a kind of place which removes your sorrow, kind of makes you feel calm, restful, and which also feels like a reassuring place. He feels he can do anything there because he has that Shala. So it is like one of those powerful, places that give him happiness. That is why these kind of words are used to describe that Shala. See, you and I will have a favorite chair in the house on which we will sit after a long day and feel happy. We will drink our tea or whatever, coffee, or read our book and say, "Ha, I've had a good day." Ravana was not satisfied with one chair. He needed one whole Shala in one huge banquet hall in one big Pushpaka Vimana, and that was his go-to place. Okay, which made him happy. Okay, so now next. See, Mata Iva. Again, the word Mata is used here to say the Shala was like a mother. Indriyani Indriyarthescha, Indriyani Indriyarthescha, Pancha Panchabhiruttamaihi, Pancha Panchabhiruttamaihi, Tarpayamasa Maheva, Tarpayamasa Maheva, Tadaravana Palita, Tadaravana Palita, Indriyani Indriyarthescha, Pancha Panchabhiruttamaihi, इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थैश्च पञ्चभिरुत्तमैः तर्पयामास महादेव तदा रावणपालिता तर्पयामास महादेव तदा रावणपालिता टुगेदर इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थैश्च पञ्चभिरुत्तमैः तर्पयामास महादेव तदा रावणपालिता. Okay, so Mata iva tarpayamasa. Who? Shala. Shala Mata iva tarpayamasa. Here the Shala is in Pratama Vibhakti. The banquet hall, like a mother, satisfied. Ravana Palita Shala, that banquet hall which was maintained by Ravana. Tada, then Mata iva, like a mother, Uttamaihi, with excellent. Panchabihi Indriyarthaihi. Panchabihi, with 5. Indriyartha. What is the meaning of Indriyartha? Who can tell me? Does it mean Indriya?
Ma'am, wealth for the Indriyas?
What? Artha, wealth for, what is wealth for the Indriya?
Ma'am, desire?
Objects of desire. So the object, Artha also means object. Okay. Sense objects is the meaning of Indriyartha. Indriya, Indriyam basically means sense organ. Indriyartha refers to the arthas or the objects of the sense organs. For the eyes, pleasing objects to see. For the nose, pleasing objects to smell. Ears, pleasing sounds to hear. For the skin, pleasing things to touch. For the sense of taste, pleasing things to eat. Like that, the Shala, like a mother, provided all this. Now you can close your eyes and imagine your mother providing you all these things. Correct? Your mother does it for you, no? Same way, Shala does it for anyone who goes. The Shala, the banquet hall, does it for anyone who goes there. So, Panchabihi Indriyarthehi, Pancha Indriyani Tarpayamasa. All the 5 Indriyas, the 5 sense organs, sense of touch, taste, smell, right? Those 5 sense organs that we know, right? All the 5 sense organs were pleased by the Shala. Okay, so now next. So here there is, you can see personification. Right? So like this, you will find a lot of literary devices. Shloka by shloka, if you understand Valmiki, tons of literary devices are found here. The Shala here is personified as a mother. Swargoyam devalokoyam, Swargoyam devalokoyam, Indrasyeyam puri bhavet, Indrasyeyam puri bhavet, Gandharviyam puri hisyat, Gandharviyam puri hisyat, Ityamanyata marutihi, Ityamanyata marutihi. Swargoyam devalokoyam Indrasyeyam puri bhavet. Swargoyam devalokoyam Indrasyeyam puri bhavet. Gandharviyam puri hisyat. Ityamanyata marutihi. Gandharviyam puri hisyat. Ityamanyata marutihi. Together. Swargoyam devalokoyam Indrasyeyam puri bhavet. Gandharviyam puri hisyat. Ityamanyata marutihi. Now again, he is comparing the Pushpaka Vimana to Indraloka. I am Swargaha. This is indeed heaven. I am Devalokaha. Within heaven also, there is a part which is inhabited by Devas, the Devalokas. This is Devaloka. Within Devaloka, which is Shrestha, Indraspuri Amaravati. This is indeed Indraspuri Amaravati. Bhavet. It must be. Iyam Parasiddhihi Syat. Is that there in this shloka or the next one? Indrasyeyam puri bhavet. Gandharviyam puri hisyat. Sorry. Iyam Gandharviyam puri hisyat. It may even be the Gandharva's nagara. Okay. Iti Marutihi amanyata. So Maruti, Hanuman, amanyata, thought. Lang lakara usage. Lang lakara essentially means past tense. Amanyata, thought. There is another version. Instead of Gandharviyam Puri, there is another version that says Parasiddhi. Now that Parasiddhi Syat essentially means a place of ultimate attainment. Okay. A being before moksha attains Brahmaloka. So Parasiddhi here refers to Brahmaloka. It could even be Brahmaloka. So that is one part Veda. Rajaji, your hand is raised.
Ma'am, here it is Siddhirvayam, ma'am. What is the difference between Siddhirvayam and Gandharviyam?
That's what I just told. Para will also be there in that. Essentially, it is the ultimate accomplishment, Brahmaloka. Gandharviya city is just Kubera Salakapuri kinds. Whereas Parasiddhi refers to Brahmaloka. So essentially, what is he doing? He's looking at Ravana's Pushpak Vimana and saying, this looks like Devaloka, Gandharvaloka, Brahmaloka. Like that, he's comparing in his mind. That's all. Okay. Parasiddhi refers to Brahmaloka. Most of the traditional commentators actually here follow the word Parasiddhi only in their, that version only they follow. प्रध्यायत इव पश्यत् प्रध्यायत इव पश्यत् प्रदीपांस्तत्र काञ्चनान् प्रदीपांस्तत्र काञ्चनान् धूर्तानिव महाधूर्तैः धूर्तानिव महाधूर्तैः देवनेन पराजितान् देवनेन पराजितान्. I hope you're all following. If you have doubts, ask. Pradhyayata iva pashyat pradipānstatra kañcanan dhūrtāniva pradhyayata iva pashyat pradipānstatra kañcanan dhūrtāniva mahādhūrtaihi देवनेन पराजितान् धूर्तानिव महाधूर्तैः देवनेन पराजितान्. Together. प्रध्यायत इव पश्यत् प्रदीपांस्तत्र काञ्चनान् धूर्तानिव महाधूर्तैर्देवनेन पराजितान्. This was again a beautiful description by Valmiki. Let's try to understand. Pradipan apashyata. Apashyata. He saw. Who saw? Hanuman saw. What did he see? Pradipan apashyata. He saw lamps. What kind of lamps did he see? Now, we must remember it's night time. Right? Everyone's sleeping. Everyone's, you don't see people there, right? It's night time. So what will the lights be like? Lights are still burning, but how are they burning? That is being described. Pradipan apashyat. He saw lamps. What kind of lamps? Kanchanan pradipan apashyat. Kanchanan refers to golden lamps. Here golden lamps, golden flame in the lamp, golden made lamps also. What kind of lamps? Mahadhurtaihi, with expert gamblers. Mahadhurta, dhurta refers to gambler. Mahadhurta, expert gambler. Devanena parajitam, defeated in a game of dice. Dhurtaniva, like gamblers. Pradhyayata iva, as if they are deep in thought. So you should now imagine a casino where there are gamblers who are gambling. Okay, they play with deep stakes. They have lost a lot of money. And now they are sitting there. What do you think their body language will be like? Will they look happy and cheerful? How will they look?
Sad.
Sad, deep in thought also, no? Because the first thing that will be there in their minds is, how will I get back all this loss? How will I explain to my wife I've lost so much money? How will I pay back my debts? So you'll be filled with worry, no? So looking very serious. So here Valmiki explains that the lamps in Ravana's banquet hall were bright indeed, because they're Kanchana, they're bright indeed, but they looked very serious. They looked very as if they were dhyana nishtaha, as if they were deep in thought. So essentially, they were burning steadily without winking. If you see a cheery fire, how would it be? It would go up and down. The flames would rise up and touch the rafters, come down again, and then you will see crackling sounds. You will hear all this. You'll hear in a cheery fire. But how do these lamps look? Serious, burning deep, and very quiet. But they were still burning. So, what is the reason for this? Suddenly, in the middle of all this description, why does Valmiki get into one description of the flames in the lamps which are there in the banquet hall? Just because, as Tilaka says in his commentary, we should definitely listen to the traditional commentators when such unexplainable statements come in the middle. Okay, so what does Tilaka say in his commentary? The glowing lamps were bright indeed, but they had the feeling that though their job is to be bright, their job is to glow brightly, but they were defeated in their job of glowing brightly because of the supreme effulgence of whom? Of Ravana, as we will see in the next shloka. So now, having understood this basic meaning, let us learn the next shloka and then try to make sense of this one. It obviously will make sense. दीपानाञ्च प्रकाशेन दीपानाञ्च प्रकाशेन तेजसा रावणस्य च तेजसा रावणस्य च अर्चिर्भिर्भूषणानाञ्च अर्चिर्भिर्भूषणानाञ्च प्रदीप्तेत्यभ्यमन्यत प्रदीप्तेत्यभ्यमन्यत. I'll tell that again. प्रदीप्तेत्यभ्यमन्यत प्रदीप्तेत्यभ्यमन्यत. Okay. दीपानाञ्च प्रकाशेन तेजसा रावणस्य च दीपानाञ्च प्रकाशेन तेजसा रावणस्य च अर्चिर्भिर्भूषणानाञ्च प्रदीप्तेत्यभ्यमन्यत अर्चिर्भिर्भूषणानाञ्च प्रदीप्तेत्यभ्यमन्यत. Together. दीपानाञ्च प्रकाशेन तेजसा रावणस्य च अर्चिर्भिर्भूषणानाञ्च प्रदीप्तेत्यभ्यमन्यत. Okay. Deepanam cha prakashena, by the glowing of the lamps. Ravanasya tejasasa, by Ravana's effulgence. Bhushananam, by the ornaments. Archibihi. Archibihi means here the ornaments are giving out rays of light. They are that bright. Gem-studded golden ornaments are giving out rays of light. By those, Pradiptaha iva amanyata. It was glowing like fire. What? The shala. The banquet hall was glowing like fire due to the light of the burning lamps, due to Ravana's effulgence, and due to the rays of light emanating from the ornaments that were there. So the entire place appeared ablaze to Hanuman. So here now, Shiromani in his commentary says, Ravana atitejasa parabhutatva deepaha na prakashante. Although they are glowing, they weren't glowing as much as Ravana's own effulgence. That is why Ravana atitejasa. By the exceeding splendor of Ravana, the lamps were put to shame. That is why they were deep in thought. Oh no, I'm not even able to do my basic work of glowing brightly because Ravana's brightness is putting me to shame. So thinking, the lamps were just glowing seriously. Okay, and now everything was glowing. Correct? Hanuman looks at the Pushpaka Vimana, it appears glowing bright. So here Tilaka says, it is an omen or a shakuna that the entire Lanka is going to be glowing bright. Why? Because once he sets it to fire, the entire place will be burning. No. So it is an omen for the entire city to be burning. Says again Tilaka in his commentary. Yeah, I see there are questions. Rekhaji, please ask. Or Sreshta.
Ma'am, should it be the other way around, ma'am? They should be glowing dim because of effulgence of Hanuman.
No. Here though it is power of Ravana. The whole place was intimidating. In fact, till you will see that Hanuman is still trying to understand the enemy territory. So this entire banquet hall is glowing with Ravana's effulgence. That is how Valmiki very clearly says. Rachnaji.
Ma'am, does it mean that they were in the same room? Ravana was present there.
He will be present very soon. Wait. He will be coming.
No, how does he see the effulgence of his ornaments?
Even if not his ornaments. All the ornaments in the place, the gilded staircases, the chairs which were gilded with ivory, those ornaments, the room ornaments. Here the bhushanas are not the women or Ravana's ornaments. Here the bhushanas are the ornaments of the hall. Like the wall ornaments, staircases, etc. Those. So you can imagine multiple, huge Diwali happening in Ravana's banquet hall, everything appearing ablaze with light and finally giving an indicator that the whole place is actually going to be burning. Tatopashyat kuthasinam, tatopashyat kuthasinam, nana varnambarasrajam, nana varnambarasrajam, sahasram varanarinam, सहस्रं वरनारीणां नानावेशविभूषितं नानावेशविभूषितं ततो पश्यत् कुतासीनं नानावर्णाम्बरस्रजं ततो पश्यत् कुतासीनं नानावर्णाम्बरस्रजं सहस्रं वरनारीणां नानावेशविभूषितं सहस्रं वरनारीणां नानावेशविभूषितं together ततो पश्यत् कुतासीनं नानावर्णाम्बरस्रजं सहस्रं वरनारीणां नानावेशविभूषितं. Look at the step-by-step progression of the story and how Valmiki takes us in. He hooks us with the smell of the food and says, come, I will show you Ravana. And then he hooks our eyes with the beauty of the place. And then the smells of the place, the fragrance, the colors of the place, everything is a pleasure. The carpet is a pleasure for the skin. Everything is a pleasure there. And then you find Varanarinam, beautiful women. Everything leads to Ravana. Food, all the senses, women, Ravana. That is the way in which Hanuman is going to approach. That's how he's going into the banquet hall. If Valmiki had tried to compose Sarga 9 in 5 shlokas, he would not have composed so much. He would not have drawn us through this leisurely stroll through the banquet hall that we may find Ravana in all his glory. Okay, so that is the treat we are getting because of Valmiki's poetry. Tataha kuthasinam. Then seated kutha asinam. Kutha we saw earlier. Carpet. Asinam, seated on beautiful carpets. Nana varnambarasrajam, decorated with multiple colorful clothes. Nana vesha vibhushitam. This Nana vesha, wearing different kinds of costumes. Some were wearing saris, some were wearing half saris, some were wearing salwar kameez, some were wearing gowns. Whatever they were wearing, different people wearing different kinds of clothes. Varanarinam, beautiful women. Sahasram apashyat, thousands he saw. Thousands, maybe the hall would have fit 1,000 women, but whatever. Exaggeration definitely happening here. He saw a large number of women, beautiful women dressed in different kinds of clothes, seated on the carpets. What were they doing seated on the carpets? They obviously did not see him. Why? Because they were sleeping. Let's find out more. Parivritter dharatretu, parivritter dharatretu, pananidravasham gatam, pananidravasham gatam. क्रीडित्वोपरतं रात्रौ क्रीडित्वोपरतं रात्रौ सुष्वापबलवत्तदा सुष्वापबलवत्तदा परिवृत्तेर्धरात्रे तु अगेन परिवृत्तेर्धरात्रे तु पाननिद्रावशं गतम् परिवृत्तेर्धरात्रे तु पाननिद्रावशं गतम् क्रीडित्वोपरतं रात्रौ सुष्वापबलवत्तदा क्रीडित्वोपरतं रात्रौ सुष्वापबलवत्तदा together परिवृत्तेर्धरात्रे तु पाननिद्रावशं गतम् क्रीडित्वोपरतं रात्रौ सुष्वापबलवत्तदा सुष्वाप slept. They slept. Okay, who was sleeping? these women were sleeping. That's why obviously they did not shout monkey, monkey. In Maratpalli, if you see a monkey on your balcony, you will bring the house down by shouting, saying monkey has come, please chase it, watchman, stick, everything you will try. Now here monkey has entered the banquet hall. The ladies are happily, blissfully unaware they are sleeping. Ratro Kriditva, after having played in the night. Singing, dancing, sport, everything. So after having fully played in the night, Uparatam, very tired. Paranidravasham gatam. Having drunk excessively, they were also intoxicated on liquor. Nidravasham gatam. Nidravasham, in the grasp or in the net of sleep. Gatam, they had gone. Tada, then, Ardharatre Parivrate. It was Ardharatram Parivritam. Already middle of the day, night had gone by. So it was way beyond the middle of the night. Say night starts at 9 a.m. and ends at 9 p.m. and ends at 5 a.m. Okay, you have an 8-hour window. So after well beyond 1 p.m., 1 a.m., sorry, well beyond 1 a.m., they were happily sleeping. Ardharatre Parivrate, having, given that the half the night had gone by, Balavat Sushwap, helplessly they were asleep. Okay, common, most understandable example for this, none of us will be Paranidravasham Gatam. But we will be Nidravasham Gatam. Why? Cell phone Nidravasham Gatam. We will be sitting and scrolling the cell phone and then falling helplessly asleep on our beds without even realizing phone will slip from our hand and fall down. Same way you can imagine, no cell phone, but women with goblets of wine having fallen down happily asleep. Okay, so those days ka wine, these days ka cell phone. Next. Tat prasuptam viruruche. Tat prasuptam viruruche. Nishabdantara bhushanam. Nishabdantara bhushanam. Nishabdaham sabhramaram. Nishabdaham sabhramaram. Yatha padmavanam mahat. Yatha padmavanam mahat. Tat prasuptam viruruche. Nishabdantarabhushanam tat prasuptam viruruche Nishabdantarabhushanam Nishabdaham sabhramaram Yatha padmavanam mahat Nishabdaham sabhramaram Yatha padmavanam mahat tat prasuptam viruruche Nishabdantarabhushanam Nishabdaham sabhramaram Yatha padmavanam mahat. So here, till now, wherever there are women, Sarga 3, remember? Sarga 4, 5, remember? Wherever there were women, what was conspicuous? What was there audible?
Ma'am, the sound of their anklets.
Anklets, sound of their kinkinis on their waist belts, correct? And also their laughter, their quarreling with their better halves, them spending time with their better halves. You will find so many things that they were doing. You would never find a quiet group of women. Always noisy group of women inside Lanka, anywhere. So here the women were very quiet. Why? Because they were sleeping. How did they look therefore? Now Valmiki was impressed by the quietness. He had to describe it with a shloka. So he is describing the quiet women with a shloka. Nishabdantara bhushanam. With the sounds of their ornaments stilled. The ornaments had become quiet because of their sleep. Prasuptam, slept because the women were sleeping. Of the women who were sleeping, with the sounds of their ornaments stilled, that Nishabdaham sabhramaram Mahat Padmavanam Yatha Viruruche. Viruruche looked beautiful. To Hanuman, the quiet, sleeping women looked beautiful. Like what? Like Nishabdaham sabhramaram, with silent swans and bees, Mahat Padmavanam, a great lotus lake. So here, the women were the lotuses. The ornaments are the bees and the hamsas, the swans. Now, in the night, when the lotuses are all closed up, the hamsas, the swans are sleeping, the bees are quiet. So it is a Nishabda Hamsa Brahmara, Padmavana. It is a lotus lake, lotus pond, where the swans and the bees are silent. Like such a lotus pond, the sleeping women appeared beautiful to Hanuman. Okay, so that is the basic meaning. Dharmagotam in his commentary says, There are 4 classes of women. 36 to 39 shlokas describe these women. There are 4 classes of women: Padmini, Chitrini, Shankini, Hastini. Padmini, Chitrini, Shankini, and Hastini. Padmini is the highest class in terms of beauty. So Ravana's Antapura obviously had the Padmini. Essentially all the Miss Worlds, Miss India, Miss Venezuela, Miss Paraguay, Miss everywhere, Miss Amaravati, Miss whatever kingdom, all those topmost beautiful women were present. So Padmini refers to the class of women who were most beautiful. On the basis of Samudrika Lakshana or the distinctive physical characteristics, women were classified. There is no need for any kind of opinion on why are we objectifying women as Padmini, Hamsini, Chitrini, and Hastini and things like that. It simply is a classification based on Samudrika Lakshana. We can just take it or leave it. Okay, so here Padmavana is used as a comparison because it looked like a whole conglomeration of all the beautiful women in the world that they had gathered there. Okay, so the entire place looked beautiful. Till now, the women that Hanuman had seen paled in comparison to the women who were there in the Antapura of Ravana. And this is just the outer ring of women. There are more women inside. Okay. Tasam samvritadantani, tasam samvritadantani, militakshani marutihi, militakshani marutihi, apashyat padmagandhini, apashyat padmagandhini, Vadanani suyoshita, Vadanani suyoshita, Tasam samvritadantani, Militakshani marutihi, Tasam samvritadantani, Militakshani marutihi, Apashyat padmagandhini, Vadanani suyoshitam, Apashyat padmagandhini, Vadanani suyoshitam, Tasam samvritadantani, Militakshani marutihi, Apashyat padmagandhini, Vadanani suyoshitam. Again, the description to the Padmavana or the pond of lotus flowers continues. Marutihi, Hanuman, Tasam suyoshitam, of those well-bred young women. Yoshita means young woman. Okay. Suyoshita, Sujatam, Yoshitam, one who's born in a good family. Suyoshitam, well-bred. Samvritadantani, with teeth concealed. Militakshini, with eyes closed. Essentially, when they were sleeping, they were not opening their, gaping their mouths open wide with teeth showing and sleeping in an inelegant way. They were sleeping beautifully. Teeth were all concealed. Eyes were also closed. That too, you should imagine beautiful women. Okay, their eyes were closed like in one tiny slit. Okay, beautiful eyelashes only you can see. Like that, they were nicely asleep. Padmagandhini Vadanani. Their faces were giving out the smell of lotuses also. Okay, so they were also smelling very nice. When they were sleeping, they were not snoring. They were not showing their teeth. They were not opening their eyes half open, half closed. Eyes were neatly closed. Padmagandha was emanating from them. Smell of lotuses was emanating, thereby reinforcing the comparison with the Padmavana in Valmiki's mind and Hanuman's mind also. Okay, Vadanani Apashyad. Thereby giving the fragrance of lotuses, these women were happily sleeping and Hanuman saw them. Prabudhani va Padmani, Prabudhani va Padmani, Tasam bhutva kshapakshaye, Tasam bhutva kshapakshaye, Punah samvrita patrani, Punah samvrita patrani, Ratraviva babhustada, Ratraviva babhustada, Prabudhani va Padmani, Tasam bhutva kshapakshaye, Prabudhani va Padmani, Tasam bhutva kshapakshaye, Punah samvrita patrani, Ratraviva babhustada, Punah samvrita patrani, Ratraviva babhustada. Together. प्रबुद्धानीव पद्मानि तासां भूत्वा क्षपाक्षये पुनः संवृतपत्राणि रात्राविव बभुस्तदा. Continues comparison between the women and the lotus vana continues. Tasam, of these beautiful women. Tasam vadanani, we should add their faces, of their faces. What happens? Kshapakshaye prabuddhani padmani iva bhutva. Kshapakshaye, kshapa refers to the night. Kshapakshaya refers to the destruction of the night. Therefore, dawn. At dawn, prabuddhani, bloomed, padmani, lotuses, iva. So their faces, which would have appeared in the morning like fully bloomed lotuses, punaha, again, ratrau, in the night, samvritapatrani iva. Lotuses, what do they do in the night? They fold in their petals. No? The same way, their faces were also folded in due to sleep. Tada babuhu, like that it appeared. Okay, so here it is a comparison between the lotus and the face of the women. Faces of the women, which would have been fully bloomed in the early morning, now appeared closed in due to night time. Imani mukha padmani, niyatam matta shatpadaha, niyatam matta shatpadaha, ambujaniva pullani, ambujaniva pullani, prarthayanti punah punaha, prarthayanti punah punaha. Imani mukha padmani, niyatam matta shatpadaha, imani mukha padmani, niyatam matta shatpadaha, ambujaniva pullani, prarthayanti punah punaha, ambujaniva pullani, prarthayanti punah punaha. Together. Imani mukha padmani, niyatam matta shatpadaha, ambujaniva pullani, prarthayanti punah punaha. So, matta shatpadaha. Shatpada, what is it? Anashatpado meha. Rachana.
The eight-legged creature, bee.
Shat, six.
Bee.
Six legs.
Six.
Six-legged creature, bee. Correct. Matta shatpadaha, intoxicated bees. Imani mukha padmani, these lotus faces. Pullani, ambujani iva, which are like fully bloomed lotuses. Punaha, punaha, again and again. Niyatam, always. Prarthayanti, they desire. So all these are thoughts running through Hanuman's mind. He's thinking, oh, the faces are so beautiful like lotus flowers. I'm sure intoxicated bees will mistake them for the lotus flower indeed, like a fully blown lotus flower, it will think, and it will be coming around and around these ladies' faces. In Ambal's description, we always say, no, the curly hair around her lotus face appears like intoxicated bees that are partaking the nectar of her beauty. Here, the poet, because it is Laukika, ordinary women, he imagines that intoxicated bees will hover around her their beautiful faces. Iti cha manyata shriman, iti cha manyata shriman, upapatya mahakapihi, menehi gunastani, menehi gunatastani, samani salilodbhavaihi, samani salilodbhavaihi, iti cha manyata shriman, upapatya mahakapihi, iti cha manyata shriman, upapatya mahakapihi, menehi gunatastani, samani salilodbhavaihi, menehi gunatastani, samani salilodbhavaihi. Together. इति चामन्यतः श्रीमान् उपपत्या महाकपिः मेनेहि गुणतस्तानि समानि सलिलोद्भवैः. So, Shriman Mahakapihi. Here the word Shriman is used for the fortunate one, but here more to do with the one who is very intelligent, one who is endowed with the Shri of Buddhi, of intelligence, Buddhiman. For that they are saying Shriman. Mahakapihi, the great Hanuman, the great monkey. Upapatya, by logic. Tani gunataha, by these people's qualities. Salilodbhavaihi samani. Salilodbhava refers to that which is born out of water. So lotus. Salilodbhavaihi, with lotus, samani, equal to. Iti menehi, iti amanyata. Mene. So thinking, he thought, or he expressed it, or he derived the conclusion. So he thought and derived the conclusion that by all the features, these women are matching the lotus, and therefore they are indeed like the lotuses, beautiful like the lotuses. Okay. So probably the need for this verse would have been that Valmiki would have wanted us to know that it was not just his description of the women in Ravana's Antapura, but it is what was running through Hanuman's mind that he is faithfully reporting, which is probably why he adds this shloka to say that Hanuman thus considered these women by logic to be equal to lotuses. Okay. Sa tasya shushubhe shala, sa tasya shushubhe shala, tabhistribhir virajita, tabhistribhir virajita, Sharadiva prasannadyauh, Sharadiva prasannadyauh, Tarabhirabhishobhitah, Tarabhirabhishobhitah. सा तस्य शुशुभे शाला ताभिस्त्रीभिर्विराजिता सा तस्य शुशुभे शाला ताभिस्त्रीभिर्विराजिता शारदीव प्रसन्नाद्यौस्ताराभिरभिशोभिता शारदीव प्रसन्नाद्यौस्ताराभिरभिशोभिता. Together. सा तस्य शुशुभे शाला ताभिस्त्रीभिर्विराजिता शारदीव प्रसन्नाद्यौस्ताराभिरभिशोभिता. Tasya sa shala of Ravana, that mansion, that banquet hall, tabihi stribihi, with all these women, virajita, shown. How? Tarabihi, abhishobitaha, prasanna, sharadi dyauhu iva. Tarabihi, with stars. Abhishobita, resplendent. Prasanna, pleasant. Sharadi dyauhu. Dyau refers to sky. Sharadratu, sky is very clear and beautiful. That is why when the moon glows in the autumn, Sharajyotsna Shuddham, we say no, in Saundarilahari, like that. So beautiful. So sky is looking clear. Sharadihi dyauhu eva shushube. So the whole mansion appeared like a sky. These women were the stars on the sky. And like how the autumn sky would be resplendent with the stars clearly visible, Ravana's Shala glowed with beauty. That is the Upama Alankara here, comparison between the autumn moon sky and Ravana's Shala, with the stars being the women and the Shala being the sky. We'll finish with this sloka. Sachatabhih parivritah, Sachatabhih parivritah, Shushubhe rakshasadhipah, Shushubhe rakshasadhipah, Yatha Hyudupati Shriman, Yatha Hyudupati Shriman, Tarabhirabhisamvritah, Tarabhirabhisamvritah, Sachatabhih parivritah, Sachatabhih parivritah, शुशुभे राक्षसाधिपः सचताभिः परिवृतः शुशुभे राक्षसाधिपः यथा ह्युडुपतिः श्रीमान् ताराभिरभिसंवृतः यथा ह्युडुपतिः श्रीमान् ताराभिरभिसंवृतः सचताभिः परिवृतः शुशुभे राक्षसाधिपः यथा ह्युडुपतिः श्रीमान् ताराभिरभिसंवृतः. Now our villain makes the entry. But what is villain doing? Sleeping. Okay, so here Valmiki, to get some action happening in the story, introduces before finding Sita, Hanuman finds Ravana. Tabihi parivritaha, surrounded by them, who these beautiful women, Saha, he, the Rakshasadipa, king of the Rakshasas, Ravana. Tarabihi abhivritaha Shriman, Udupatihi yatha Shushubhe. Like the auspicious Udupati. What do you think is Udupati? Udupati means moon. Moon. Okay, Udu refers to the stars. Okay, so Lord of the stars. So Udupatihi yatha, like the moon, the Rakshasa Raja Ravana shone amidst all these. We saw now these women were equated to the stars. Amidst all these women who are like the stars, the Rakshasadipa shone beautiful like the beautiful moon. Okay, yatha shushubhe, he shone. So that is the end of the shloka. So let's stop the recording and go to the